it. And I've been there many, many times. Stephen Ambrose, the late historian, really started it, but Tom and many other people made it possible. And he's just so phenomenal.
Smart.
And he's also
Eloquent.
like Meryl Streep and Jeff Daniels and others. Josh Brolin couldn't be nice. Sammy, I recorded long distance. Morgan Freeman, who's in his mid to late 80s, he's getting up there, and he lives on the Gulf Coast and in Mississippi. And I'm saying, and so I'm just making idle chat. I said, Morgan, so why are you in Mobile? He says, I'm recording for Ken Burns. Like he'd driven up, to come and do this thing, and that it just made me feel really good.
Cool.
And and I'll bump into someone, and they go, "Why haven't you called me?" Like because. They're not making anything. We pay them SAG minimum. And I always tease Tom. I always go, I'm giving you a check for $313.22. Please don't spend it all in one place. Please, save it. But, they come and they work. Look at that list, right?
Oh, it's remarkable.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin is an exceptional man.
Oh, he's great. He's George Washington. And what I did is I told him George Washington is unknowable and opaque, and yet he's able to motivate men in the dead of night when they're losing. And you somehow have to be somebody that is both unknowable, like only as a historian, one of the historians in the film says, maybe Martha gets in there, his wife, maybe Lafayette, maybe Hamilton, but very, very few people get into that inner space of him. And yet his rectitude. He's taller than most of the folks, but he has a bearing that is so powerful that men that are leaving, men that are deserting, men that are mutinying stop when he starts and talks, and they sign up and say, okay, we'll fight for another 6 weeks, or you're right, I'm going to put down my arms, this is crazy. And there are moments when the entire fate, even after the revolution, the entire fate of the United States of America is dependent on the army, angry that they haven't been paid by Congress, not marching on Philadelphia and turning this into a military dictatorship. And it's George Washington who stops. And then what does he do when everything's got together? He resigns his military commission. And then he is asked to be the president of the Constitutional Convention. He lends his stuff. He is voted unanimously president.
Wow.
And what does he do after 2 terms? He leaves it.
He's kind of the coach of the Bad News Bears, kind of in a way.
George III, who's not the idiot that we try to make him out to be.
George W. Bush?
No, George the III.
I was going to say
the King George the III.
I think
he says when he hears that
he
Washington
even voted, he was an idiot. I think he might have.
When Washington resigned his military commission and then resigned a presidency, he said then he is the most powerful character of the age. So this, imagine what that means today. That we're in an age where everybody wants me, and that he is, no, you. He understood that the actual highest office is citizen. And he was determined to go back to that and to not claim for himself wealth, didn't make money during the war, didn't try to amass personal power. He just said, it is my service to this new idea. As Payne was saying, not since the time of Noah do we have a chance to reset and go back to zero and create something new, as he called it, an asylum for mankind. That's the second episode of our film. Every one of our episodes is named after a phrase from Thomas Paine. The first is, in order to be free, that the feeble engines of despotism only work, he said, unless you can will it. In order to be free, you just need to will it. And then asylum for mankind. And then when things are dark, the times that try men's soul. And then a great title called Conquer by the Drawn Game. It's what Washington understood. Britain, they have to win, and they can't do it. They can't sustain armies 3,000 ways from home in an area that they misunderstand how big we are. And of course, nobody's got a weather report. So that storm,
right? He realized the battle's not. It's not right here in this moment. It is, but if you look at the different legs of it, there's more than a couple of ways to win this thing.
The historian Jane Kaminsky says he knows what every insurrectionary leader means, meaning guerrilla. That you eat at them there.
Right.
Like more British and Hessian, they're mercenaries, soldiers die in New Jersey from being picked off in guerrilla moments foraging than they are in 3 big set battles of Trenton, Princeton, and Monmouth Courthouse. So it is a down and dirty war, and there are terrorist organizations of loyalists.
It's like Grand Theft America.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty wild, and yet
crazy.
Out of it comes an extraordinary order, and yet out of it comes the echo of Lincoln, who understood the founding better than anyone else and delivers the Declaration of Independence 2.0 at Gettysburg, in which he said, we really do mean all men are created equal.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Lincoln was at White Iverson.
We're going to live through all time or die by suicide. Like nobody's coming to attack us and conquer us. If we dissolve, it's on us. And so that's the message for today.
It is.
It's what Washington's example of giving up power. It's of the non-authoritarian stuff of Thomas Paine and Jefferson.